Billy says, hello Mehran. Hello Billy. Bill, Greek, almost 22 years old. Almost. All right, a month or two. Holy shit. I'm almost 64 in a month. Let me see. Am I 64 or am I 63? 1955 to 2005 is what? 50 years. To 2015 is 60 years. To 2018 is 63. So I will be 63. Haha. Still young. All right. Now, Billy asks, Bill says, Greek, almost 22 years old. Is there a relationship between the ego and self? Self-worth. Between the ego and self-worth. Self-esteem, confidence. And what is the best way to raise your self-value? The first thing you want to do is understand that you're not your ego. Ego is supposed to be subordinate to you. Ego is not part of you. Ego is a program that was fed to you, conditioned you to have ego. When you were born, you didn't have ego. It's not like an organ, a kidney, liver, heart, an ego. No, you don't come with that. You have no ego. You're trained to have ego. The conditionings, the values, the programs that you're affected by while you're being raised in a certain family, society, community as a whole. The me, you see everybody's so eager to show that they're more than what they are, and they're me, this is mine, it's mine, and the more stuff I have, the more I feel I am. So then they want to be more, and then they want to prove to the other that I'm more, and they fight on that. You see all these things and you develop an ego. And then to the point that you start being subservient to your ego. You start serving your ego, and the ego becomes your master. That's when the disaster strikes. Because ego decides for you what you should be, what you should react to. You even go and become something that you don't like to become, but because you think that will feed your ego. Ego tries to be fluffed through having desire to fulfill itself, so the ego will be fluffed. Often desire is motivated by ego. It's not something that you really want to do, but the ego. For example, you break up with the girlfriend and you know the girlfriend is not right for you, but just because somebody else is now with the girlfriend, you want her, even though you know she's just nonsense. It's not the right choice for you. You don't like the things that she does, but just because the fact that she's gone with somebody else, your ego says, oh, I'm better than somebody, so go get her. Why? She's a piece of shit. I don't want it with. No, because I am more important than you. I am ego. I am more important than what you want. I want to be fluffed, so go get her so the others will know that you're better. This is how you've been trained to favor your ego and think that you are your ego. When you separate that, understand that the ego must be subservient and you're the master, the self. And the ego is part of you. Ego is a fragment of you. How could then your self-worth be dependent on a fragment of the self that you have created? It's been conditioned that you would have ego. Ego is part of all what self has. So you're in control to oust it, promote it, fluff it, ignore it. You're the master. So ego should not have that power. You should always have the ego on check to let it understand that it doesn't have a say in your life. You have. Don't follow your ego. The ego should follow you. You say, down boy, sit. I don't want you to come into the picture. Don't influence me. My desires for pleasure would be based on whatever I seem to feel it's suitable for me, suits me. Not based on what makes you feel good. So in that way, you will have ego diminished to the point that you become free, and the self will come out like a diamond that has now been shined, and the light can shine through it. All these time it's been covered by mold and garbage, which is the ego, and doesn't let the self actually come out with the confidence that it has, because ego constantly push the confidence down. Because if you get what the ego wants, then it tells you, it's conditioned you to think that the confidence is up. Not because the confidence is up that you really made something out of yourself, because the ego is pleased. And ego is full of shit. So it's always pleased with a bunch of shit. So your confidence is actually made out of shit when you follow your ego to fluff and to increase your confidence level. The confidence level by ego is like a balloon, because as soon as the ego bursts, the balloon bursts, there's no more confidence, because it was based on hollow things, was based on fluffing the ego. So never try to get confidence through ego. Get confidence through true performance, effort, not even the result. Confidence must come from efforts, not the result. Don't be result oriented in this fashion. Focus on genuine effort on whatever it is that you want to accomplish in life, and you will have confidence tremendously coming out of your ears. And never allow the ego to have anything to do with your confidence, because those confidences are based on nothing, a hollow ground, a bubble. Because whatever ego wants is just to feel good, but has no substance. Make-believes, pretense. So, the self is the master. The ego should be diminished and played down and shown, retrained, that you have no saying in my life. I feel good if I want to, not based on, you're fluffed, so you feel good, so I should feel good. It's like a master and a slave. It should be master and a slave. The ego is a slave. Okay, it can be a long discussion, but I hope that would be something for you to find helpful.